Meditation for healing injury and pain. The first thing that we must do is help our body to relax and our mind to settle. In order to do this, it's very important to put aside some time and to make sure that we will be alone and not disturbed. Healing meditations bring up a lot of refuse, mental refuse within our system. And if we are worried about people coming into the room or other people's needs that we should attend to them, we won't allow those things to come up. If they don't come up, they can't heal. So settle yourself. You can either sit or lie. You can be inside, or if it's somewhere quiet and private, outside, you can be outside. You could even be on a busy beach if you were somewhere where you felt no one was taking any notice of you. So settle into your position, either sitting or lying. If you're sitting, it's best to have a straightish back. So if you're on a chair, have your legs uncrossed and sit up relatively straight. Straight but comfortable. If you're on the floor cross-legged, you probably already have a good tolerance for sitting up straight. Otherwise, you can lie down on the ground, on your bed, on the lounge, but keep your spine straight and your body untangled. Settle your breathing into its normal, natural rhythm, but become aware of it. Watch the breath in, watch the breath out in your own pace. Watch the breath in, watch the breath out. Watch the breath in, watch the breath out. Keep breathing in a rhythmic way. If you can, without forcing, let your breath become a little longer. But don't force anything. Simply giving the body an opportunity to settle and relax. You're letting your entire system know that you're going to be giving it some space where it can sort itself out. Become aware of your feet. Move them around a little and then relax. Become aware of your calf muscles, your lower legs, knees. Move them around and then relax. Tense your thigh muscles, your upper legs, and then relax. Move your hips around, back and forth, forward and backwards, side to side. Tense, round and round, and relax. Your stomach, pull it in, relax, pull it in, relax. Your chest, wiggle it around, rotate it, side to side, forward, back, relax. Your neck, move your head round, side to side, relax. Arms, move them in circles. Stretch out your fingers, relax your fingers, stretch them out, relax them. Stretch your arms and your fingers, and then relax them. Your face muscles, scrunch up your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Scrunch up all the muscles in your face. Move your mouth around and then relax. Breathing in, breathing out. Picture that a few inches from the top of your head, the crown of your head, there is a stream of light. It's touching the top of your head as if it's gently knocking, let me in, let me in. You gently visualize the top of your head opening to allow the stream of light into your body. It travels all the way down your spine, through your legs, through your arms, through your fingers, through your toes, and out again. This stream of light running through your body is your reassurance that whatever comes up in this meditation is within a safe environment. The light keeps you safe. The light is your connection with the divine spirit that created you, that makes the billions of tiny functions in your body operate without your assistance. We can trust it. So now we have come to the point where we're going to allow one thought, one memory, one distressing issue. It could be major, it could be minor, it doesn't matter. Whatever comes to your mind. As this is in particular a meditation for healing an injury, you may want to focus on a thought that you think is associated with your injury. But you don't have to do that, because often injuries are energetically connected with more than one issue, or sometimes they are connected with an issue that we have no idea that is the offending matter. So in this sense, all you need is the intention to heal your body, to heal your mind, in particular to heal the injury that you want to focus on, but we're not going to insist on that. We just want to move in the direction of healing ourselves. That's a good enough intention. The body heals of its own accord as soon as we give it the opportunity and the right spirit to do so. So we don't have to be directive in this way. Having said that, if you feel that the issue you'd like to think of today is something related to your specific current injury, then by all means focus on that. So that now that we're in a relaxed state and we are aware that we are energetically supported by the spirit that created us and nurtures us through every moment of our life, we're going to have a little look into our being, and whatever the memory is that comes up, whatever the stressor is, just have a look at it. It's safe. You'll know which particular thing to focus on because it will already be in your mind, or if not already shouting at you, it will certainly be tiptoeing around, whispering, look at me, look at me, look at me, you need to look at me. We can get very, very hurt by things that happen in life. We can get physically hurt, but more than that, we can be hurt emotionally and spiritually by many, many things, small and big. While I'm talking and you're listening or half listening or not listening at all, it doesn't matter. You do what you want to do. You will know if you're making the most of this exercise and the most of this healing meditation, because at some point along the way with these memories arising, you will definitely have strong emotion. If an issue has come up and you've let it come up, one that needs healing and one that's at the top of the pile or close to the top of the pile, you will start to feel very often angry. Be angry. No one else is around. Do what you want. Don't hurt anyone, obviously, but whatever you want to express that anger. You might be surprised how actually angry you feel and what images flash through your mind. This is a safe place to do it, so just let it rip. Just whatever, however angry you feel, let it come up. It won't destroy you. You're in a safe place. You're protected by that light that is running through your body, that light that has connected you to the whole of creation. So if you feel angry, be angry. If that's not the type of memory you have, it could be a sad memory. So if it's sadness that comes up, be sad, let yourself cry. Look, love, life has a huge amount of sadness in it. We don't stuff it down some layer of our being. We have to let it be. Life has a lot of grief of various types in it. If you learn to deal with it when it happens and not accumulate karmic grief in your body, it will actually help to turn you into a highly sensitive, highly loving person. It's only when people do not deal with grief and they're full of sorrow that they become depressed and afraid, unable to move, totally lacking courage. They waste their life basically by not moving, by procrastinating, by being unafraid to do anything. But if we learn how to manage our sadness, manage our grief, the millions of things that can make us sad. And everyone has some very large areas of grief. It doesn't have to be someone dying, it can be someone leaving, it can be something has left your life, something that you valued has left your life. And the other area, apart from anger, apart from sadness, is fear, is the anger, sadness, fear are the three main emotional areas that cause us most problems. If your memory that is coming up is to do with fear, something that made you feel afraid, just for the moment, look at how afraid you really feel. We get incredibly afraid inside. That is like the fear is our inner child. So is anger and so is sadness. When we become really in touch with it, I mean, you've only got to look at a toddler to know how angry a person can get. But fear certainly is very strongly connected with the inner child that's within us. So don't be afraid to understand there is an inner child within all of us. It's just that we want to manage that inner child. But we do have to give it times when it can speak, when it can be angry, when it can be sad, when it can be afraid. So if the issue that you're thinking of, the memory that's come up, is one to do with fear, let yourself be afraid. Fear is a very uncomfortable feeling. We don't like to feel afraid. It makes us feel extremely vulnerable. But when we understand that we are afraid, when we look at it and acknowledge it, it helps it to dissipate. We can come out the other end and we can go, I acknowledge that I feel like that, but there is another way. That other way is what we shall move to in a moment. Now, when you feel you've had enough of dealing with whatever came up for you, and each time you do this meditation, you can think of other issues if you would like to, if you're going through a healing stage or a healing program within yourself, which is a good idea for everyone. So in terms of the specific injury that you're trying to heal in your body at the moment, if you know that what you've thought of is directly related to that injury, you don't have to do any more than that. Often just seeing the connection is enough to help it to heal. Sometimes people's injuries heal instantaneously simply because the thought behind them is now recognised and it was not recognised before, and the injury becomes unnecessary because now the thought is recognised. Sometimes, probably more often, injuries take longer to heal, but if you keep working on what you know it's connected with, it definitely will heal. Obviously, when it comes to injuries, people need to also do whatever is physically appropriate for them, but what we're doing in this meditation is looking at the mental, the emotional and the spiritual domains, as they're extremely powerful. And more often than not, the physical is simply living out and demonstrating what is in those other domains. So now we come to the last part of our meditation. You may not need to do any more than what you've already done, simply by recognizing thoughts, by associating them to different physical problems that you have. That may be enough. However, for most of us, there is a very important next step that we must take. Yes, we must look at ourselves. Yes, we must delve into ourselves. Yes, we must not live in ignorance of what we're really thinking, what we're really feeling. But once we have this material, it's very important to elevate our consciousness to a higher level. Otherwise, we've only done half the job. Seeing the problem, recognizing the mess that's actually inside people, is only half the issue. The other half of the healing process is to deeply connect ourselves with the spiritual domain. It doesn't matter what your spiritual beliefs are, which religion you may belong to, or even if you're an atheist, agnostic, it doesn't matter. Whatever you see as that which created life, whatever you see as something bigger than yourself, something that is more than yourself, that is enough. If you have already a strong spiritual connection with some organization, some church, and you see your spiritual path in a certain way, with certain words, with certain books, with certain teachers, then talk to yourself with those words, those teachers, those images, because that's what you are most aligned with. The most important thing is that we must learn to see ourselves as part of the divine or the bigger creation and process of life. We must learn to see that just as we visualize the light coming into our crown, moving through our body, moving through our limbs, out into the earth, out into the world, that light is in fact always with us. That light is what made us. We did not make ourselves. Something other than ourselves created us into this magnificent creature that the human is and what the human is capable of. Well, that force is running us. If we align with that force, if we see it a little more clearly, if we understand its possibilities, the depth of its capabilities more, we will become a much stronger, much healthier, much more whole, much more loving being. That which made the universe, that which made you, is intensely loving, creative, brilliant, phenomenal life force. I'm sure it's no surprise to you that it's much more than you, it's much more than me. It is this vibrating, healing, incredible, happy, joyous, brilliant force of life. If we pay no attention to this divine energy or this brilliant pulsating life, then not only do we not get the benefit of it except in a minimal, fundamental way, but we cannot come to understand it, we cannot come to use it, and our progress becomes quite slow. It can take a very long time, many, many lifetimes, many evolutions within our soul for us to get anywhere significantly improved. But simply by giving time to listening to that life force, to understanding that we are part of it, to letting it help us, heal us, by letting it develop us in a way that our potentials are fulfilled in a more beautiful and thriving way. All of these things happen simply by paying attention to that life force. Of course, it is much easier to listen to that life force in nature, so if it's possible for you to take time out every day or at least once a week to be in nature, you will find it tremendously helpful in building that connection with the life force. It will not only help you heal of any health issues, injuries, problems, but it will completely transform your life and help you to reach your full potential and help you to feel happy. In the end, healing and happiness, they go together. May you be blessed.